Since the start of this channel, almost every single video has either been filmed on my iPhone 8 Plus or more recently, my iPhone 11 Pro Max. And with the progression from the iPhone 8 Plus to the iPhone 11 Pro Max, we have really good camera setups. I mean, the 12 megapixel regular camera can suit most people's needs, no problem at all. Both with still photography as well with video, that should really be all you need. And then with the capability of the newer iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max with the ultra wide angle as well as the 2x zoom, you have plenty of opportunity to get really cool shots, both macro as well as wide angle. So I mean, for the most part, why not just keep using my iPhone 11 Pro Max? Of course, I am shooting this portion of the video with the Canon M50. I'm also using the onboard microphone, so hopefully you guys can get a good understanding of what the both video quality as well as the sound quality of this camera is like. As you can tell right now, the video quality is a lot better, especially for YouTube at 1080p. This camera suits all my needs. It's 24 megapixel, whereas the iPhone is only 12 megapixel. Image and video quality is far and away better compared to the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Of course, here we have a phone. It's not just a camera, so you can fit a lot more technology in something that is meant to only do video and shoot photos. And Canon is one of the biggest players in that market. And of course, the main competitor to the Canon M50 and a lot of Canon's newer mirrorless camera options isn't the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Sony has a lot of good offerings in this similar category, especially with some of their A-series mirrorless cameras. The A6400, the A6000 are very close to the performance of this M50, maybe a little bit better, but also at a higher price point. The M50 came out 2 or 3 years ago now at this point, and it still holds up pretty well in Canon's lineup. So you can still get a brand new M50 with a 15-45 lens for around $450. And Canon and a lot of other retailers are also doing kits that include a Rode Go microphone. So that's around an $100 option that you get for around 50 bucks if you buy the bundle. So that is a really good setup right there. But what I ended up doing is going the refurbished route through Canon directly. So it cost me around $350 for my M50 and the 15-45 millimeter lens. And that is around $100 to $150 savings over the new option. So that is definitely the way to go, in my opinion. Canon, of course, does all the testing, all the quality assurance to make sure the product is still in fantastic condition. And they also offer a 1-year warranty on all the refurbished products. So I thought that was definitely the best bang for the buck when it comes to the M50, being that it is a 2 to 3 year old product. There's not really a great point in buying new when you can get some newer options for a little bit more. Some of the A-series options from Sony will cost you a little bit more at around $700 to $800, but they do offer the newer technology that Sony has been putting out in their mirrorless category. So now let's switch over from the Canon M50 to our iPhone 11 Pro Max, give you guys a good idea of both the video quality and onboard mic quality between the two devices. And we'll also do a general overview of the M50, some of the features, some of the specs of this camera. If you want a more in-depth review of the camera, there's plenty of videos on YouTube that you should definitely check out on the M50, but let's switch over. So now we've switched over to our iPhone 11 Pro Max and we can take a better look at the Canon M50. So one of the best features of this camera is that it is a mirrorless camera. So if we wanted to completely eliminate the shutter noise, that is a possibility with this mirrorless variety. The other really nice feature about this camera is the foldable LCD display. So you can either view it like this, turn it around and view you when you're shooting yourself, or you can completely fold it back and use it as a regular camera. And because we're mirrorless, the viewfinder is actually a digital viewfinder. So when you go to put your eye up to the viewfinder, whatever was showing on your LCD then shows in the viewfinder, which is really, really nice. The sensor is a 24 megapixel sensor, so the file sizes are pretty large, 6,000 by 4,000 in terms of resolution, and a typical photo is anywhere from around 6 to 10 megabytes, so a pretty big file coming from this little camera. And talking about it being a pretty small camera, in the hand, the camera feels pretty nice, but at the same time, a little bit clumsy. Being that it is so small, it's hard to sometimes get the best grip on the camera, but it is also a really nice small package. Again, being that it is a smaller package, the battery size is also rather small as well. So you get around 300 still shots on a battery, as well as around 1.5 to 2 hours of video on a single charge. So what I ended up doing is buying a second battery for the M50. That way I can just swap them in and out if I'm ever running low. But overall, the camera is really, really nice. The mirrorless variety of lenses are super nice. And there's also the capability of getting an adapter to fit the typical Canon DSLR lenses as well. So it gives you plenty of options for lens mounting and lenses themselves. So Canon also offers the M50 in a refurbished package with the next level up above the 15 to 45 millimeter lens with the 200 millimeter lens. And that'll be a really, really good option if you're wanting to get more into still photography. So speaking of still photography, I'll go ahead and put up some images that I took with the M50 as well as the 11 Pro Max. And you guys can be the judge as to whether you think the 11 Pro Max or the M50 not only takes a better shot, but also takes a more realistic shot. So whereas the iPhone 11 Pro Max may smooth some images out, the Canon M50 is taking a more appropriate, more realistic shot of the actual scene. And you guys can see that in the images that I'm showing now. And some of the other options that are really, really nice with the M50 is we have a mic jack, so you can connect both, a Rode built-on microphone that can be like a shotgun style mic, or you can hook up like a lavalier mic that you can then clip on to your shirt. We also have HDMI out, so you can even use this as like a webcam if you're a streamer, and hook this up to your capture card. And we also have built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, so we can control the camera over Wi-Fi, so we can mount this somewhere and then control it and take shots remotely with either a phone or a computer, which is really, really cool as well. So honestly, the M50 is a really, really good deal, especially the refurbished option at $350, but also the brand new kit at $500, either from like Canon themselves, Best Buy. Plenty of retailers are selling that kit. And it's a really, really good option if you're just starting to get into photography, starting to get into videography, starting up a YouTube channel like myself. It's a really good option at a lower price point that gives you 24 megapixels. It gives you a lot of really, really nice features in order to get started. And in terms of the price point, if you wanted to spend a little bit more on a newer Canon mirrorless or DSLR like the 90D or the 80D, or a Sony A-series mirrorless camera as well, those are some really good options. But at this price point, the M50 is a really, really good deal. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys got a good understanding of what the M50 is capable of. If you did, or if you have any questions, leave those in the comments below. If you liked the video, if you're thinking about buying an M50, give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. There'll be plenty of tech content coming your way, cameras, computers, and everything in between. Just stay tuned.